Already live. We are live from Columbus, OH. And this is the Ramsey Show After Show. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. If you'd like my other financial content, just scroll down. Muted the sound so you're not hearing it double. Scroll down, answering your financial questions. That was a weekend stream. Not currently doing that. That is on hiatus until further notice because I decided to do 5 Ramsey Show After Show shows each week. And so that's where we are. There are 135 of the answering your financial questions, and that's just answering financial questions. The Ramsey Show After Show, I do talk about other stuff as well, as you will see in just a moment. And this one is the 413th of those. And the music playlist has 11 Ramsey adjacent songs. Tomorrow night there will be 12 in there. I'll be debuting a new one tomorrow on tomorrow's After Show. What up, Jules? Market report. And as you can see, S&P 500 and NASDAQ both up again. Let me tell you kids again. The NASDAQ kicking the butt out of the S&P 500 today, and just like it has done over the past 15 years. Why would you just be doing the S&P 500? Why would you not have any money in NASDAQ? Now, neither of those are the way that Mr. Ramsey says to invest for retirement. That would be into managed mutual funds, which even make more than the indexes, even after you subtract the higher expense ratio, which is the standard financial bro or the lazy person's idea, thought process, mentality about it. Oh, it costs more to do the man. Yes, it does, but it pays for what it costs more, plus makes more money. So, like for example, if the managed fund makes, say 7% more than the Nasdaq, and it's 1 or 2% more for the expense ratio, then guess what? That's still 5% more than the index made, and that is worth doing. So again, so you're leaving money on the table by not doing managed funds for retirement. You're also leaving money on the table if you're only doing the S&P 500. Because the Nasdaq, that's all the tech stocks. Tech is not going anywhere. So I think you'll be safe with it. And as I said, for the past 15 years, NASDAQ has kicked S&P 500. And let's take a little look here. We can only see the let's look at the last 5 years. So S&P 500, 93.11%. And so that's great. Over 5 years, what you want it to make and what it has made on average is 10% per year. And so this is much more than that. So, but like I said, 93.11 over the past 5 years. And if you go to the NASDAQ, oh, look at that, 127.36% over the last 5 years, which is better. And so your large cap managed funds, if you get the right one or ones, can make even more than this. So that's why you shouldn't sleep on the managed funds for sure. And that's what Dave's advice is. But some people insist because they don't think they can find a mutual fund that is good enough. There are plenty out there, though, that do beat the index, but they don't think they can find it. Or they're just being lazy. Or they just don't want to screw something up, and they do that. But still, if you're going to do one index, why not do another index that constantly beats it over the last 15 years? All right. Dow Jones, so not at a new high, retreated from the new high from yesterday, but just by a little bit, 0.0013%. And the Russell Small Cap Index also retreated from, it was not up to a new high. It had not gotten back to that. The high for the Russell Small Cap Index was, when was that? November of 21. So like 4 years, 3 years ago, excuse me. 3 years ago this week, it got to the high, and so it hasn't been back to the high yet. But otherwise pretty good. Let's see what the rest of the planet is looking like. FTSE down, otherwise up in Europe. Mostly down in Asia. Let's see what the U.S. dollar real big on the day after the election yesterday. We got the euro up over the US dollar, Japanese yen up over the US dollar, the British pound, love, up over the US dollar, Canadian dollar up over the US dollar, and the Australian dollar making it a clean sweep over the US dollar. And this is more like what normally happens when the market is up, which it is more up than down if you just take these numbers and look at it. So that would be like what, 2.25%. And so we have a fourth down between the small cap and the Dow would be the negative 0.43 plus another 0.0013. So like combined together, that's negative 0.4313%, and so that is way less than 2%, which these two combined are. So overall, that's an up market day. Let's see what we got here. Check what up, Trey? Mama call him Trey, Daddy call him Trey, I call him Trey. What up, Aslan? What up, Mila? What up, Sid? That's right. Sydney typing it correctly. What do we got? We got this Vistra, and I did not look this up, but let's take a look to see if we can see what that is. And apparently upped it a lot today. Maybe because they expected good earnings report. Let's see. Earnings call transcript or to report earnings. Yeah, it doesn't really say yet. So don't know. They're a Fortune 500 integrated retail electricity and power generation company based in Irving, Texas. Okay. All right. So don't know if they are actually their own power company or they just provide power for the power company. Don't know. But so that's their dealio. And what? Oh, they reported first thing this morning, but they're still. It doesn't say in the articles. Didn't say on there, so I guess maybe because it's not that big of a company and so forth, so they don't have the. And Arista Networks. I mean, Arista was a music label, but let's see what this is. Networks and then 1.87 today, and then the after hours trading, beep 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 doo. So they must not have had good revenues top estimates amid big 2024 gain. Okay, but then why is it down? Here's why the stock is rising, because it was good results, but you know, every once in a while it can do a thing where it hits, you know, maybe people haven't updated their computers and such, but if like a particular stock hits a certain amount, the computers are programmed to sell so that they lock in those gains. And then now that it's down here, they can buy all those same shares, they can buy those again. Now that's not how the Ramsey advice says that you should be handling it because you shouldn't be speculating like that. You just buy on schedule, whether it's up or down. You don't wait for a earnings day and then try to do something like this, like if it goes up after hours and then all of a sudden where it went up really fast, and then so somebody, okay, so sell, and then you buy it later. So he doesn't do that. That's like day trading stuff. That's what they do, and that's why most of those guys don't make any money, because that is gambling. The regular market, it's been too consistent over the 30 plus year life of the S&P 500, 10 to 12% average per year over 30 years. So that means it's not gambling, and you never lose money. The only time you would ever lose money, let's go look at the max here. The only time you would ever lose money is if you sell in a retirement account. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Say you had a whole bunch of money right there, and then it started going down in the pandy. This is the pandy crash right here. Let's go to 5 years to make it bigger. There we go. So there's the pandy crash right there. And so it goes down and down and down. And yes, a lot of non-smart decision-making people sold during that time, and that was dumb. And then all equally as dumb would be to, if you didn't buy back in at all in here, and you let it and it completely recovered in 6 months, and you sold and lost money for no reason. So you don't ever sell. The only time you would sell is if you need to withdraw money in retirement. You don't take it out of retirement ever. And so then maybe they say, oh, well, it seems to be fine now. And then they buy right here. And then they're surprised that it then goes down. So you're not supposed to time it. You're supposed to buy out of every paycheck. You're on schedule. I mean, it can be once a month. More often is better, because if you buy here and then here and then here and then here and then here, that's better than buying here and then saving up more money for a month and then buying, because then you missed all this growth here. So that is not advised to do that. It's always invest on schedule, whether it's up or down. All right, let's see what else we got. The single stocks, the most followed single stocks on the Google, everything up today. The most up though, the Meta, and up 3.42, also up nice as Apple. So that stuff about them maybe being a bit more liberal that I had yesterday, I mean, that was just a bad conspiracy theory maybe. I don't know, but I don't know why it was just those when the NASDAQ was up so high. I just don't know why Meta and Apple were down yesterday. No clue on that. Let's see what. Let's look at the headlines. Wall Street expects Trump presidency will unlock deal making. So I don't know what that means. Maybe in Congress or something like that, or something that would make business, like not as many government regulations or so forth, that prompt business owners to expand or even start new businesses, making more jobs, etc., etc. And that is your trickle down effect. And so that helps everybody. Don't know what Govey Life and Govey Smart Electric Space Heaters recall due to, I don't know what those are. We sold some of those at the Menards, but we're not that brand. FDA to pull common but ineffective cold medicine from market. Well, that's good. If it doesn't work, that's great. And I guess that's why you have an FDA, to find out stuff like that. Stellantis to lay off 1,100 workers indefinitely. All right. I can't remember what they do. They're not medically necessary. Inside the company, helping America's biggest health insurers deny coverage for care. I'm sure they have people that do that. I would think they would be in-house, but I guess a company could specify in finding that out, and that seems like that might be a legal type of company providing legal services and such, where they find ways in your policies where you can screw over the people that are buying the policies. Although, you know, if it's in there, you know, it's in there, and that's what they agreed to. First IHOP slash Applebee's joint restaurant coming to US. Okay, I don't know necessarily that you need that, but that's fine if they want to do a collab. The kids love the collabs these days. Secondhand electric vehicles will flood the market in 2026, JD Power says. All right. Raccoon busts through ceiling at tile at the Spirit Airlines counter in LaGuardia Airport. All right. Tile isn't that easy to break, is it? Might be a strong raccoon. And I do have this one pulled up already because I thought this was interesting. Riding the waves is what Trey is doing. Joel's ready for the weekend already. Looking forward to the weekend. Yeah, since I'm singing the new song written by Sid and suggested by Mr. Sid, maybe I'll do Friday as well. This from CNBC's Make It section. Use this perfect two-word phrase to stop overthinking everything, says mental strength expert. And I am an overthinker for sure. Let's see. Cost of overthinking is even higher than you imagine, cause you spend too much time deliberating that you could otherwise have devoted to taking action. Turns helpful reflection into debilitating worry. Yeah, moves you backward, not forward. And as research shows, it can cause physical and mental health problems. Let's see. Oh, I guess it's okay. So replace what if with we'll see. All right. Well, that doesn't really work for me. That doesn't really change much because you still have the unknown out of there. So maybe to the average person, what if might have a negative connotation, and we'll see might be more positive or at least less negative for that. But either way, you don't know what's going to happen, and that's why you do the overthinking, because you don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. Overthinkers keep asking themselves, "What if?" It's an impossible question to answer. I see. So, we'll see is a way of moving past analysis paralysis to acceptance, right? Which analysis paralysis is a common Dave saying. He says that as well, and that's when you, like, instead of starting investing, you're overthinking it about what to buy, that kind of thing. Or even getting started on the baby steps, that kind of thing. Too much time trying to plan it all out instead of actually doing it and starting step one instead of doing it. So yeah, so I get it what they're saying, but I mean, we'll see. I guess I might be a negative thinker here because I'm still thinking, well, we'll see. That still means it could go bad. So, and what if that means it could go good too. So this doesn't really resonate with me that much. But oh, let's see 6 more powerful tips. I didn't even know this was here. Reopen the door only when new information knocks. Okay, right. Well, I mean, sometimes you can, like they said, helpfully reflect on it, even if there's not new information. But definitely new information that is different than what you had before could definitely change your thinking and your way of doing things. Distinguish between overthinking and problem solving. Yep, that would be a big problem. Assume good intent. All right. So much everything stems from reading too much into things, assuming bad intent, and over scrutinizing what someone is saying or doing. Yeah, well, I mean that's the way. It's like this job, financial coaching, and commenting on people's finances and stuff like that. I'm expecting them because people are average, and the average person does dumb things with money, and so I am expecting that. So that, in general, there's definitely bad people out there. I don't know that. I wouldn't say maybe a majority have malintent. I would hope most of them have good intent, but as far as specifically that thing about doing finances wrong, they're just average people and they're doing it wrong. Let's see. Embrace informed ignorance. You can't see the future, read minds, or know everything, so don't try. That much is certain. Uncertainty causes overthink because our brain wants answers. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't have that problem at all. I never assume that I know everything at all. I don't. I don't even know everything about financial stuff either. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, so I know almost all, I would say, of the Ramsey advice and can tell you that. And I know like general things about the stock market and other financial things, but I would never assume that I know everything, especially because there's so many laws and different accounts and so forth and different government programs and stuff like that, and they all have acronyms like 3 or 4 letters together, and it's impossible to know what all those are. At least for me it would be, I think. If you catch yourself in a moment like this, ask, am I solving the problem or just circling it? Yeah, or making it worse. Well, circling it might make it worse. So, and then stop catastrophizing. Okay, I don't really do that. I just, I do think of ways that it could go wrong. But I'm a fairly optimistic person, I think. So I don't catastrophize for sure. Evaluate the true impact of being wrong. That is one of the Gibbs rules, I think. Rule number 51, I think, is sometimes you're wrong and nobody is right 100% of the time for sure. And yeah, that's the thing too about overthinking, because sometimes you're wrong about something and then but like you didn't take any action because of what you thought, so that wouldn't affect anything. That wouldn't have any impact if you didn't take any action, unless it's the non-action that is giving you the problem. That would not be a problem. If you did take action that ended up being wrong, yeah, that's going to happen. When you make mistakes, that is going to happen. But again, that would be catastrophizing as well, making it more than it is. Just because you were wrong and you did this wrong thing doesn't mean that it's the end of the world every single time. And let's see, look at the trending since it's here. Fed just cut. Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't mean to say this. Fed just cut interest rates by another 25 basis points, so that is 1/4%. And so here's what will get cheaper. Okay, if you say so. But how fast, we don't know. Where's the here's what will get cheaper. Is this what we're talking about? Loans are what will get cheaper. Not items, but here's what will get cheaper. Okay. It would be credit cards by $1 per month. So that doesn't affect the Ramsey advice on those. It's still a nay. Savings for the 0.75% rate cuts since July 2024. So that's 3 of them. I know it was a 0.5%, wasn't it, before? Just a half, and then now quarter, so 0.75, 3/4 altogether, and saving the $3 per month. So again, that's not you making it over, putting one over on the credit card companies. So that's still a no. Personal loans still a no. And again, $1 per month and $3 per month. Auto financing still a no. You never finance. You never get loans for anything except a house you live in. You never tap the equity. So everything that you would save on, you would not do. The adjustable rate mortgage, that is advised. That is allowed, rather. You won't be yelled at for getting adjustable rate mortgage on a building that you live in, not for a rental property. Business stuff, investing stuff, anything like that, rental properties, you have to pay for completely in cash, no loans for that. CEO says I became a billionaire. My wife brought it. Oh, we did that one already. That was there yesterday. Americans are flocking to expat websites after the election. They want out fast. See ya. Good riddance. Scary. I bought 2 abandoned homes for $3,300 and spent over $100,000 renovating. Oh, we looked at that too already. This is all old stuff. 41-year-olds. Side hustle brings in $121K a year. It's the right balance between hustle and happiness. Okay, I do want to know what that one is. Continue without supporting. Hello. Let's see what. Part-time nurse. Is that it? Oh, Etsy shop. She's a part-time nurse, and maybe she wasn't part-time, but now is because she makes 121K a year in Etsy stuff. So awesome. No. Very nice. Yeah, you can make money doing stuff like that. You can make money by doing a lot of stuff like that, buying $1 t-shirts and selling them for $3, that kind of thing. It can add up for sure. Especially if you get into a niche area like, let's see, does it say what she is that any. Oh, is it like stuff like this where she makes this? And people would rather pay $20 for this or more than have to make it themselves? That could happen. Was best-selling eucalyptus and lilac wall hanger. Very nice. Very nice. What is something that Steve would never have in his apartment? But I'm sure it's very nice. All right. Cool. Let's do some questions after I catch up with the chat. Nothing regarding the show, it looks like. Chatters talking amongst themselves about their lives and stuff. That is fine. I will allow it. Alrighty. So, this is from, I'm giving Reddit a rest for this week, letting the questions pile up more. And so these questions, again, this week are all going to be from the Ramsey Baby Steps community group on Facebook. And that is the only Ramsey group anywhere that's run by Ramsey Solutions. Settle an argument. My landlord just informed me I owe $628 in overdue sewer payments, which I thought I was making monthly payments on to catch up. I'm guessing automatic payments weren't going and I wasn't paying attention. And this is why you got to pay attention. to stuff like that. Even if you, and people, people do, I'm going to set the automatic payment, and set it and forget it. So there's nothing like that. Anytime there's like a money transfer, sorry, anytime there's like a money transfer thing or something like that, people talk about that for investing as well, the set it and forget it. The transfer could fail. And so, a lot of times they don't catch it or realize it happened. The company that is supposed to be doing that, or your investment brokerage, and send you an email saying, hey, we didn't get money from you this month. And so then all of a sudden you're not investing for 6 months because you didn't look at it for 6 months. And so you're not supposed to look at it all the time and obsess over it. Let's check it now. Let's reload. Actually, it's not going to change because it's after hours trading, though. Did we look at the futures? Futures up, but barely. 0.0 something percent, everything. NASDAQ 0.00. But that doesn't mean it won't go gangbusters again tomorrow or come back down a little bit from the highs. At this point, we don't know. But yeah, you're not supposed to obsess and overthink about it. You are supposed to just trust that it's going to be at least 10% average per year. If you have good ones, and you have to check to make sure you have good ones and that they stay good. Let's see. So you do have to check like that. If I don't pay in full today, the sewer company will place a lien on the landlord's house. So the landlord has to pay it, right? Are you paying it directly to the sewer people? Adding legal costs to me. Okay, well, you don't want those. I only have $350 emergency fund, and paying this bill will wipe it all out. I wanted to keep it for a planned trip this weekend. There's no planned trips in baby step 1. That's a no. No planned trips. There's no traveling to visit my son in case my jalopy breaks down. Yeah, if you have a jalopy and it's not going to get there, you also don't go there. I understand wanting to see your son, but you don't be crazy about it. Should I use my emergency fund and pawn things, or is there another option? Being poor sucks. Teach me the ways. You would not get a loan for it. You would try to, you can pawn things, sell things. When you have to pay it today, I don't know how you're going to pay for it today. Other than that, I mean, and this was probably a couple days ago, so all this has already happened. But maybe there could be a thing where the landlord could pay it. Maybe the landlord already has paid it. Could be. If the landlord already has paid it, then you owe the landlord. Then you can work out an agreement to pay that over time with him. And of course, I would expect extra to be put on there because you didn't pay it on time. So like late fees and stuff, which would be no problem. So, but other than that, yeah, you teach you the ways. I mean, the best thing to do would be that you start the baby steps before it gets down to this kind of thing where you only have $350 in the emergency fund. Did you have more before, and what dumb stuff did you use it for? Was it actually emergency, or did you just start today and it's the exact wrong time because of your other stuff? Now, it's definitely the right time no matter what day it is, but as far as this happening all at the same time as that, and you no longer, part of baby step 0 means that you've decided you do not like debt and you're going to pay it all off and you're not going to take out any more ever. So you would try to do whatever you could to get this going, and don't know if the landlord would pay that or not, but you could find out, and then you make arrangements to get that money back to him. And also, from now on, you pay attention to everything that you owe from now on till the end of time, and make sure it gets taken out of your account. Should I sell my house and pay off debt? Maybe. Baby step 2, flare. Currently, I have $26,000 in student loans, $5,000 owed to my father for a personal loan. Don't do that. Don't borrow or lend money to anyone, especially family and friends, because that changes the relationship. So that's a no. If you want to give them a gift of money, give them a gift of money. No loans, no taking loans from family or friends either, or from anybody else. I don't know if you've noticed, but you say you're on baby step 2, Mr. Ramsey is the no debt guy. Let's see, no interest. He's allowing me to hold off on making the payment until I clear legal debt. All right, my name is Paul, and that's between y'all. Like I said, none of that should have happened before. Dave says prioritize debt like that so you get that out of your life, family and friend debt like that. But let's see, 35 in legal debt, no interest, making large regular payments. Should be paid off in February. That's a long time, dude, to pay off just 3,500. Well, no, it's not. It's November already. December, January, February, 3 months. So you can only put 1,000 something to it a month. Okay. 1,600 in credit card debt, 0 interest till June. Probably this person is doing the 0 interest game where you constantly move it to 0 interest and you are paying fees to swap that over, so that does equal more debt even though you're not paying any more interest. For a pet surgery. All right. Car is paid off, 2015 Nissan Rogue. You could sell that and go down in car to a $1,000, $2,000 car. Let's see. Oh, $138K on mortgage. Home value is $300K. Okay, and so you want to find out whether to sell that. So that would be 162 in equity. You know, granted, the realtors, whoever else, going to take a bite out of that. But the house needs some repairs, and this is where people go crazy all the time. Of course, your realtor is going to want you to repair it so that you can sell it for the most money, so they get the most money. But you don't do that in a situation like this where you are selling it to clear your debt. Then that means you want it done as soon as possible. So that means you sell it for lower and let the buyer repair that and make sure they know that the price is lower because they're going to have to pay for that. It's something I could save up a couple months for and pay cash. But the thing, if you could save up a couple months for and do that, how can you only put $1,000? Is it only like $3,000 in or less? $2,000 in repairs? I mean, maybe if it's just that, then maybe you do it. But nobody ever like thinks that, oh, well, I just won't get it repaired. I'll just sell it for less. Nobody ever thinks about that. But the thing is, this happens every 1 to 2 years where there's a significant repair, 5 to 6K, that comes up, and I can't seem to fully get out of debt and stay on track. Well, because you're doing it wrong. Just got another quote, and I'm gonna have to sink in 5K this month. I'm a single mom, and I feel like I can't keep up. Okay, something bad is happening here. All right, so you're just not managing money, apparently, or you don't make enough to have that kind of house, that expensive of a house, or you're not working enough. You're not bringing in enough money. So there's something going on here that you haven't owned up to here. If I sold my house, I could get 162K right, minus realtor fees and such. Then I could clear baby step 2 and be left with 126K for savings. Okay. After fully funding 3 to 6 month emergency fund, I'd be left with 116K to invest a portion and keep in long-term savings and let it sit for when I'm ready to buy again while I focus on funding retirement and college. Yep, you could do all that. And that is a quick fix. The problem is that doesn't change your behavior that caused all this to happen. Now, if the problem is only the house, selling the house will fix it. And hopefully you'll be doing better financial habits in the interim after you sell the house and before you buy a new one. So hopefully that'll be it. But there's something that's lost here. You didn't pay attention to something and it got away from you. Maybe it's just using the debt. Could be. And then not having money to pay the legal debt as well. But I don't know how, if you can save up $5,000 in a month or two, then I just don't see any intention here, not being intentional with the money, and maybe a lot of spending on top of it. Who knows? Let's see. I'm really considering selling and renting for a couple years, and that's fine, and just saving for my retirement. Currently, I have 75K. Okay, none of that matters really for this. I want to be able to start maxing out 15% immediately, and you could do that if this is what you're doing. But also, if you are going to buy again, you would have to save a down payment. But you said you're going to keep some in savings for that down payment. Okay, so that does take care of that. So yeah, so this would work. You just have to really be careful about being intentional with money and do a strict budget and stick to it, because you do not want to have, say, a high yield savings account where you have all that money that's left over, and you have that and plan on using that plus more for a down payment in the future, and then you're ready to buy, and all of a sudden you look at that savings account and that's all gone because you continued to manage money the same way that you did before you sold the house. And so you do have to change it. You want to speed up the process, and selling a house can definitely speed up the progress. So I can move on to I did that already. In the college saving, I don't want her to have education debt like I did, and want to get rid of mine. Great. PS 37, single mom, sole breadwinner, one teenage child who will graduate high school in 4 years. What would Dave do? That's fine, but again, you have to change your behavior as far as money and not let yourself get in such a situation like this. Not only to not take out any more debt, credit cards, personal loans, stuff like that, but stopping buying things if you're buying a lot of things. And of course, you can sell a lot of those things that you bought that aren't necessary. If that's the case, you can do that. But not being able to talk to this person, I don't know exactly what happened in there. And of course, it could have just had to have, like, one time, just had to have emergency surgery. And if you're already living close to the edge, it just takes one small thing to get that ball rolling in the wrong direction there. Boom, boom, boom. Sid says eucalyptus is good for stress and relief. Steve, yeah, I knew that already. Thank you, though, Sid. I appreciate it. And so I could probably use some of that for sure. I just wouldn't necessarily have that like as an art thing. Although I guess it doesn't have to be an art thing, but it'll look kind of like an art thing too. Some people put a little bundle in the shower to get some aromatherapy. Sure. Not debating the merits of eucalyptus for sure. Eucalyptus is approved. Trey is out. Sid says emergency fund does not equal trip fund. That much is certain. As I said, some people sell blood plasma, and I don't think it's part of the baby steps. It's not. But you can do that. Sid has heard of that side hustle before. Doesn't require any skills, just time. Yeah, Sid, do you know the amount that you are allowed, or the average person medically should be donating that? I'm sure they don't want my diabetes plasma, so Let's see. Some companies pay $1,000 for the first month and $400 to $600 after that for going in, getting stuck, and reading a book or watching a movie for however long. Yeah. Aslan not qualified to give plasma. Probably, like I said, they probably don't want mine either. Wonder why the cutback on the payment after the first month. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the initial bonus to get. Oh, I see. To get the people to sign on. So people hop around to different donation clinics to get all the bonuses. Or is that boni? Is that how we say that? Boni instead of bonuses? No, it's bonuses. I was just fronting. Just playing. Where do you start with $100,000 of credit card debt? You pay it all off. Starting with the first penny of it. That's how you do that. And of course, as always, how do you pay off debt? By not spending the money on anything else that is not 100% necessary. That is how you do that. And of course, you do the regular stuff like you work more, you spend less. Again, cut everything out of your budget that is not 100% necessary. It's only for a hashtag season while you pay off that debt and get that full emergency fund. And then you can get some 9 100% necessary items after that. Whatever you put in your budget after that. I want to start a saving account for my son. How 8? Son now 8 for future education. What would be the best route? Please advise. Well, that would be, you would wait till baby step 5 for that. So you wouldn't be doing that while you still had regular debt or not a full emergency fund, or you're not investing. You would not do that yet. You would wait till step 5. Baby steps 1, 2, and 3 in order, one at a time without doing higher steps. Baby steps 4, 5, and 6 in order, all at the same time as each other. Speaking of 4, 5, and 6. Not the same time as each other, meaning 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 are not involved, and that's why I say steps 1, 2, and 3 in order, one at a time, without doing higher steps. Question: setting up the snowball. I have about $16,000 in student loans, plus tons and tons of other debts. That's not fun. On the snowball, do I list the loans individually? They lump them together when I make the payments, as I am today, or keep them listed as the full amount owed. You can do whichever one you want to. If it's all student loans, you can group it together and do it last in your snowball, or you can have them each as individual ones and pay them off one at a time like that. I'm trying to put it all in balance order, so trying to figure out where these loans fit. So again, you can do it either way. You're still paying that off before you do any other non-essential spending. Baby step 1 complete. Working with snowball to start. Baby step 2 and budgeting. Fabulous. Budgeting part of baby step 0 though. But perhaps this is a person that had $1,000 incorrectly, doing it wrong in the bank and savings, while also having debt. So, in that case, it's very easy to get baby step 1 done if you already have savings that exceed $1,000. I am a single mama. Did I do this one already? Struggling to stay in the plan and stay focused the last few months. Any other mothers like with tips to stay on track? Have the EveryDollar app, but maybe an accountability partner? Not sure. I'm down to a small amount on a credit card, a car loan, and a couple small medical bills. Total, I believe, is under $7K. Okay, great. You just have to keep in mind why you started it to begin with, and wonder about why you started it, and then now you're struggling with it. Just because it's hard, yeah, it's not easy to do. Most people won't take this advice, and so you just have to think about the reason that you're doing it, And I find that uh, a good number of single mamas uh, do it for, of course, not only for themselves, but for their child, so that their child's life would be better. So I'm fine with any excuse to stay on the plan and stay on track. You can make up anything you want to, whatever you have to do to keep doing the plan. But that would be something to think about there. All right, this is a poster here put this picture of her son, and this was his book fair project or something like that. And so he did a Dave Ramsey, I guess it's Dave Ramsey, just the goatee though, not a beard. But I guess that's Dave. A pumpkin, and then a white pumpkin to signify the debt snowball. Fabulous. And the book is, of course, Total Money Makeover. Very nice. A Lego house right there. And oh, I guess they're in Louisiana, because I got the LSU right there. So cool. And of course, play money right there as well. Very nice. Which side hustle and what advice would you give to people who are trying to build their businesses while still working? It's going to be hard. You got to work full time still, and you got to work on your business too. So, don't go into that lightly. And if you have shown no aptitude to do that kind of thing before and quit things regularly, don't even bother to do that. Just work more at your full-time job as you can, or get a different side hustle for someone else, where you work for someone else when you're doing delivery or something. One of those things. But trying to build your own business, that does take time and effort. And you also have to put in time and effort at your regular job as well. So some people can do it, some people cannot. When paying off debt, is it okay to pay off everything in a lump sum? Can you post anonymously in this group? You cannot post it. I think the mods can set it, but they don't allow that in the Ramsey Baby Steps community group, apparently. So that's a no. And that, of course, is why I don't show you the page, because it has people's actual names on there. So that's why I just steal the questions from there, copy and paste them. And so, okay, as far as the lump sum, okay, and this is the same reason, doubling it as the reason, that you do not save up a lump sum first and then invest it. Like I said earlier, let's go back to the market. Let's go back to S&P 500. Let's go back to the Pandy. All right. And so, say the Pandy just happened, and you just happen to be able to buy when it is at the down part of the Pandy. Now, you don't know that it's going to be at the down part, the most down part of the Pandy. You don't know when that is, but you know Dave's advice is to you buy on schedule, whether it's up or down. And so you buy right there. And then you buy the next week, and then the next week, and then the next week, and then the next week. So if instead at this point right here at the bottom of the Pandy, you just saved up a bunch of money and you waited until here to buy, you missed out on all this growth. And so the same thing works for this question as far as paying off debt. You're paying more interest while you save the lump sum. You're paying more interest on the debt while you do that, instead of giving them, and you don't have to do this, but my pal Matty Bags, he would send student loans money every day when he would get it. Now, you don't have to do that, but you can do it like out of every paycheck, that kind of thing, but you don't save up a lump sum to pay anything off, except maybe in collections. If you have something in collections, you may have to save up a bigger amount for that, but collections debt goes after the stuff you're current on. So for debt you're current on, you want to pay it down as quickly as you can, and that way you pay less interest over time on it. And it works the same way in investing in the market. You make more money by investing more money faster, sooner. Jules is out. Aslan is out. What time is it? Yeah, we're at about an hour, so I think, how many more? Yeah, I'll go ahead and end it after this one. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. That's bouncing. Here's an idea for those of you starting out. By no means a new idea, but I haven't seen it brought up in a while. When my husband and I first started the Baby Steps, we did the Minimalist 30-day minimalism game. You can either Google it or have a video. They have a video on YouTube explaining it. It's a great. It was great to find things to sell. A great way, I guess, to find things to sell. What we didn't sell, we donated. We're at Baby Step 4 and 6 now, by the way, so that's excellent. And yeah, you certainly can do that. My problem is I have a lot, still have, but I did throw a lot of it away, and I did donate a lot of it already. So I did do that kind of, but as far as the average person, I probably still have more quote unquote junk laying around. It's just so much stuff that I think I can sell. And I ended up having room to bring all my CDs and DVDs with me. And so, I can't see getting 13 cents from like Declutter or something like that for each CD or DVD, that kind of thing. So, I mean, if I just list it on eBay, it's just taking the time to do that. If I list them all on eBay, at that point, then I can get, maybe $1 or $2 for each of them instead. And so it's just a matter of that. It's just a matter of getting it all listed. And of course, some things I have sentimental value to. So probably not a great minimalist for me, but that does work for some people. And especially even if you don't end up throwing everything out, you can still do that game that they have, I guess, to try to find things that you aren't that attached to and / that you don't need. Part of it is people don't look at it. Like if it's in a closet in a box, you're not seeing it. So out of sight, out of mind. And so you should go through the stuff. And I opened up boxes recently that I took to 3 different apartments. And so without opening. So, and that's my bad. And I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And so I'll leave that there and delete all that so I don't do those questions again. And thanks again so much for watching. Again, youtube.com/coachstevemoney, and you just scroll down a ways and you can see the Answering Your Financial Questions playlist and the Ramsey Show Aftershow show playlist. And the music playlist has 11 Ramsey adjacent songs in there. Brand new song, Bad Habits Lead to Death, debuting tomorrow live on the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time. What up, HB? HB paid off a lot of debt with donating plasma, not eating out, etc. Awesome, HB. Alrighty, once again, I am Coach Steve Money. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And if you've got money problems or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment with me. And that's calendly.com/coachstevemoney is where you would do that. You can email me about the financial coaching or anything else on my YouTube channel at coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Donations can go to paypal.me/coachstevemoney. Alternatively, Cash App, $CoachSteveMoney. Also, alternatively, a Walmart gift card to coachstevemoney@gmail.com, or a super chat on a live stream, or a super thanks on a pre-recorded streams. Upcoming streams include the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, and that's Monday through Friday following each YouTube Ramsey show, and that ends at 5:25, and that's when I'll start 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time. The Ramsey Show, the last hour of it, goes to exclusively to the Ramsey Network app, and so I take over on the YouTube. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. And as always, make smart financial decisions every day.